Coming up on Let's Get to the Points. And now it's time for the new game show called Would You Rather?
What is the price to go the long way in Q Suites to Australia?
Double.
Oh, that hurts, but so would going at American Airlines. I don't know, I guess I'd have to just hustle harder, right, Nicole? And make more points.
It's a lot of hustling. You might have to do something strange for a little bit of change.
And now, let's get to the points. She loves traveling luxuriously for a fraction of the cost. It's Serena. He embraces every travel experience, and he proves adventure is found everywhere. It's Miguel. She teaches you and your family to travel on a budget while indulging in a little bit of occasional luxury. It's Nicole. And he loves using his points to fly some of the world's best airlines in first class. It's Mitch Shannon.
Welcome and thank you for joining us on Let's Get to the Points video audio podcast, where we bring you the very best in tips and tricks in the world of miles, points, and travel. I'm Mitch Shannon, joined by my co-hosts who love traveling the world with their families using their credit card, points, and miles. First up, she's here to provide us some great points and miles logic with a lot of laughter along the way. It's Serena.
Hi, everyone.
He can sprinkle a little bit of credit card points charm on us while dropping some brilliant points award travel fact bombs. It's Miguel.
Yeah, what's up?
She's our points and miles guru who turned from maximizer to diversifier. It's Nicole.
Hey guys, how are you?
Please help us out. Click that subscribe button now below to our YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you watch or listen. Also, give us a like and leave us a comment below and tell us what you think about our show. Are you guys ready to do it? Let's get to the points. It's that time of the year where summer starts winding down, the kids are headed back to school, and there's a new fall TV show in the lineup for everyone. And tonight, we've got a new show on our prime time hour for you. Show of hands from everyone who's ready for a new game show. Who likes this? I know you love them. Everyone loves it. I'm not seeing four hands here. Are you guys ready for this new game show?
Yes.
Meh.
Do you have music, Mitch?
Yes, let's hit the music. Are you ready for Would You Rather?
And now it's time for the new game show called Would You Rather? Are you ready, guys?
Wow!
The game show with two choices, but only one brave decision. And now, Would You Rather?
I didn't know you were going to actually really play it for us. It made it better.
And very loud, too.
Yes.
Welcome to Would You Rather? This is the game show that proves just how difficult it can be choosing between travel points and miles dreams to being stuck flying Spirit Airlines in the back by the lavatory on a 6-hour flight. So here's how it works. We're each going to share two scenarios, and then we're going to discuss and debate which is the better choice and why. So who's going to go first?
I'll start. My first scenario for you guys is, would you rather fly in Emirates first class from the US to the Maldives in first class with the A380 so you can shower, dine, sleep, do all you gotta do? We're talking about 20 plus hours each way. If you wanted to add a quick stopover in Dubai, you're welcome to do that. But when you get to the Maldives, you're gonna be staying in a budget hotel that has a review score of 6 or 7 out of 10. So this is not your typical resort. This might not even be in its own resort. It might be in Mali, in the capital city. I mean, you're in the Maldives. But you got there.
Picture, Miguel.
But you got there in first class. Or would you rather fly in economy, 20 hours or more in a middle seat, but you get to stay a week in a nice resort? You could take your pick. It could be the Conrad, Waldorf. It could be the St. Regis or the Ritz-Carlton. You take your pick. And it includes those yacht transfers or seaplane transfers. But you could only pick one of the two. So would you rather do your luxury in the air or on the ground?
Does it include being medicated for the flight?
You can pre-medicate.
Okay, good. I'm going to need something prescription strength.
So Mitch, which are you picking?
Yeah, we want to know what Mitch thinks first.
Yeah, this question was really for you, Mitch.
I can't go that long in coach, so that's just not going to happen. And being able to fly Emirates on their first class on their A380 with a shower, I've done that twice now. It's probably one of my favorites to do because it has a shower. I'm staying at the dump and I'm flying first class all the way there. on Emirates.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're talking like Costa Rica type dump.
Your roommate might be a monkey.
They don't have monkeys in Maldives. They don't. Good try. Good try.
We're talking spiders in your car type dump.
That's a lot. How many nights do I have to stay at the dump?
At least 5.
But then I'd have to be in the middle seat, and it's a full plane in economy, right?
The worst type of flight.
The worst type. I'm doing Emirates. I'm doing Emirates. That's my choice. Mosquito infested spiders, give it to me. I am not, I cannot set an economy in a middle seat for that long. So that's my decision. Nicole, you're a spider type of gal, so.
It's not that I'm a spider type of gal. We had an unfortunate situation.
Now with the Nicole 2.0, I'm a little confused on which way this can go because I know you've had the taste of Qatar Q Suite. So I'm interested to hear your choice on this.
Like I was sold until Miguel hit us with the middle seat. I'm like, economy, been there, done that. Piece of cake. But the yacht transfer, free? Sign me up.
Muddy tots.
I think I would have to go with the middle seat. Yeah. I would pick the middle seat so that I can live high on the hog like Serena. Have you seen that clip with Serena on the yacht?
It's like an epic clip, right? It's just, it's part of our branding. It's part of the Let's Get to the Points branding. It's Serena on the yacht.
I would gladly, well, let me not say gladly. I would fly in the middle seat to stay at the luxury hotel in the Maldives with the yacht transfer. I might regret it later, but when I get there, I think my dislocated shoulder will have at least 5 days to recover.
Bonus points. Which resort are you going to choose?
My God, I don't even know that much about the Maldives to know which one to pick.
She's going to choose the Holiday Inn, of course.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. After flying coach? Oh, that's cruel and unusual punishment, okay? I'm going to let's go with the Waldorf Astoria.
Excellent choice.
Is that the one that brings your blood pressure down?
By 20 points.
Maybe they have something for my shoulder. Serena, what are you going to pick? You've done Emirates and you've also done the yacht transfer. So now, which one are you going to give up?
I actually agree with you, Nicole. I would do the same thing. I'm okay sitting in economy. It would hurt. I might dislocate a shoulder, but I think I'm going to get one of those things that you used when you flew to New Zealand, that turtle thing that you put around your neck. I think I need one of those things and I think I'll be okay.
That in a straitjacket.
Yeah.
When I consider like the amount of time that I will spend in a hotel versus the amount of time I will be flying in the air, I think I prefer spending longer time in luxury at a hotel. I'll fly in economy in the middle seat. But let me just say also that why are we choosing? We shouldn't choose. Just earn more points and do both.
Serena,
right.
These are the rules of the game that Mitch set, okay? Have to play by the rules.
Okay, Miguel, how about you?
It depends.
No, those are not the rules. Those are not the rules. It's this or that.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, my answer could vary depending on the destination, but because we're talking about the Maldives, I'm going to agree with both you and Serena because you're going to spend more time at the hotel because I think the Maldives is a type of place where you go and relax. You're not out exploring. Even if you were in Mali, in the capital, I don't think there's a lot to do over a week for you to be out of the hotel. I think the majority of the time for these type of trips, you're at the resort. So I would rather spend more time at the resort, like Serena said, in luxury. And I would just rough it out in the middle seat for 15, 20, 30 hours. I don't know how long it'd be. Yeah, I'm gonna take the middle seat.
You're the odd one out, Mitch.
Yeah, I guess so. And I'm okay with that decision.
You sure about that?
I think we need to add a little more context for you, Nicole, because there's a lot of costs at the Waldorf in Maldives. So are you going to be okay paying $100 for a pizza?
Absolutely not. I'm bringing my ramen.
She's also using her new Amazon Prime card.
5 points $1.
And if you missed that joke, watch last week's episode on our favorite keeper cards.
That was a good first round. Now let me ask you a follow-up question to the Maldives. My husband and I both got the Surpass card that had free night certificate along with 130,000 points. Would you rather take your 2 sets of 130,000 points and your 2 free night certificates and do 4 nights in the Maldives, or use or combine 260,000 points, purchase 260,000 more points to get the 5th night free?
So if I purchase to get the 5th night free, I still have 2 free certificates left over, right?
Correct. Good follow-up question.
I could make it 7 nights if I wanted to.
Of course you would.
God, that's
Living high on the hog as usual.
Sorry, I'm on it with math this week. It is in my head. I am ready.
Or it could be 2 extra nights somewhere else. Conrad Osaka, something like that.
Do we know how much it would cost to pay for those extra points?
Let's say there's a sale and it's going to be half a cent per point.
Okay, if the standard room is 120,000 points per night and you wanted to do the 5th night free, you would need 480,000 points. So Nicole had 260,000 from her sign-up bonuses on 2 cards. So she would need an additional 220,000 points. And if you buy them during a sale, that could be as low as $1,100. So personally, I would rather pay $1,100 and save my 2 free night certificates. And I'd probably save them because I want to check out the Waldorf Astoria of Los Cabos, Pedregal. I would save them for that, and I would do the 5 nights at the Conrad Maldives. That is one of the few examples where buying points could make sense. IHG and Hilton often have these promotions where you can buy their points at half a cent per point, whether they're doing 100% bonus or 50% discount. Usually it comes out to about half a cent per point. So when you're redeeming these points for a luxury hotel property like in the Maldives or Bora Bora, and you get the 5th night free, usually those type of redemptions do make sense for you to buy points. I mean, you could actually buy the points entirely for one of these redemptions if you get the 5th night free. Let's say the standard room costs 120,000 points, so you would need 120,000 times 4. That's 480,000 points. If you buy them during a sale, that's only $2,400 worth of points that you can buy for a 5-night stay. That is a pretty good deal compared to the cash price of these.
Good point, Miguel, but I would not be doing the same thing. I feel like $1,100 is a lot of money, and I need to save that money for all my incidentals at the resort. I'm going to be scuba diving. I'm going to be swimming with whale sharks. I'm going to be eating a lot. So I need to save that cash for all my incidentals on property. So I would go with the 2 nights on free night certificates and the 2 nights on points that I already have and have no extra money out of pocket for me. How about you, Mitch?
Okay, good point, Serena, but I don't know if I agree because I know you and I both been to the Conrad in Maldives, and I love this property. It's a tough choice between the Waldorf and the Conrad for me because they're both very different, but they're both very special properties. So you have a very interesting question here, Nicole. I'm going to go with buying the points for $1,100, and I'm going to go even further. I'm going to take those 2 certificates, and I'm going to turn this into a 7-night stay.
Of course.
Conrad Waldorf Maldives.
Not following the rules again.
Hey, you didn't say I could not stay another 7 nights. You just said, would you buy the points? Because I've stayed at that Conrad before. It's an incredible property, the Conrad. The breakfast is great. I love the little private island that they have with the different rooms. That's usually where sometimes you'll get your room when you stay there at the Conrad. But what was really interesting to me staying there, so a little tip, you're going to have a concierge that's going to kind of take care of you during your stay. So the property is made up of 3 different islands, and the 3rd island is where all the employees stay, but they let us have like this little behind the scenes tour, and it was fascinating to see how the property actually works, how they filter the water, how they bring in the diesel to power the property, how the employees get to live there. So for me, it was really cool to see all that behind the scenes stuff because it really makes you understand like why it costs so much and how the island really operates. So back to your original question, I'm staying 7 nights. That's how long I'm staying there, and I'm buying the points for $1,100.
And you're flying there in economy in the middle seat.
That wasn't part of the question.
Wait, is the Conrad the one that has that underwater restaurant?
Yes.
They have an underwater restaurant, and they have that special villa that is underwater as well. And it's funny because we were talking to our butler when we were there, and he made the joke, can you use points for that? And he's like, you contact us. I'm sure we could negotiate something. So, hey, you might want to do the underwater room for one night, Nicole.
And Nicole, just so you know, I was never offered a behind the scenes tour.
You're not living high on the hog.
Not. You need to get Mitch's tips for trying to swing that.
Will do.
All right. Good 2nd round questions. I think we need a Serena question. Serena, would you rather question, please?
Okay, this is going to be a credit card question. So you can only pick one of these. Would you rather have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card or the Capital One Venture X card? You cannot have both. And I know a lot of us have both. Pick one. Forever.
So I'll go first. I'm going to keep the Chase Sapphire Reserve card because my wife has a Venture X.
No.
Cheater.
Maybe I should include
Cheater.
No,
per
that was it.
household.
This is tough, and I do want to lean Venture X, but I do like my Sapphire Reserve a lot. And no,
Exactly.
I was ready to answer it, and I'm not. Because of, no.
Cue the Jeopardy music, Mitch.
No, let me see. I have too many authorized users that need this card additionally for free, so I'm going to go Ventrex because of that. Because I can get the 4 free authorized users. I have a player 3 that's moving out of the house, and she needs her own Priority Pass lounge membership. And no, I'm going Ventrex. Sorry, Chase.
Listen, I was gung-ho about the Chase. After that lounge in Paris, I'm like, of course I'm picking this Chase Sapphire Reserve. But then you hit me with the authorized users, Miguel.
Yeah, the authorized users for the Sapphire Reserve are $75 each. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but I just rather keep it free 99.
Because the Capital One Venture X, now has access to these lounges and they're popping up everywhere. It would be like a consolation prize to keep that. But the Chase Sapphire Reserve, they're like a strong second. You know what it reminds me of? We're going back to the Olympics here. Do you remember that race, that 100-meter race between Jamaica and the US, and the US won by like a chest? That's a difference between the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Capital One. The Chase Sapphire Reserve has the travel protections that I absolutely love, but the Venture X is 2 times for every $1.
And they both are building up their own network of lounges. So yeah, Capital One has their own lounges, which are really nice, some of the best, I think. But Chase is opening up their own lounges too, so...
Wait, let's clarify something. That Sapphire Lounge in Paris at the Olympics, Nicole, with the Sapphire Preferred, you could not get into that lounge, right? You had to have the reserve.
Correct. I'm going Capital One because of my freeloaders and the authorized users for free. The things you do for children. Mitch, you don't have any children. You don't need any authorized users. What are you picking?
Well, it's interesting because I have Nicole in my head right now, and you may be saying, what Nicole is in your head? The Nicole, the maximizer? That would be saying, 2 points for every $1 with Capital One? Almost a cost prohibitive annual fee that you're going to be paying on this Capital One card? Or do you have the Nicole in your head that I love Hyatt? I need Hyatt points. I need to be able to transfer to Hyatt.
Wait, okay, so I should clarify. You could still have the Sapphire Preferred. I'm just comparing these 2 top-tier premium cards.
Oh, so I can still have a preferred.
Yes. I just wanted to compare between the Reserve and the Venture X, the premium cards for each bank. But so you can still have the preferred.
Got it. Oh, well, then that's easy. I'm going Capital One because I don't want that Reserve card because it's just like yesterday's news. What am I getting for that annual fee of $550? I'm going for the Capital One because that's my maximizer card. 2 points for every $1. The annual fee is pretty much a wash. Done right there. Capital One. All right, Serena, your turn.
I agree. Capital One Venture X. That's the winner for me because Chase is overrated. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everything that I'm losing with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, I could get with other cards aside from the fancy Sapphire lounges. But I think I can live without that.
Capital One wins. So as you can see between us, the Capital One is a clear winner. But for some of you, it might not be. What would you choose? Would you choose the Capital One Venture X or the Chase Sapphire Reserve? Please let us know in the comments. I feel like this is going to be a very juicy debate. Tell us what card you'll pick. Mitch, what is your question?
Let me paint the picture for you. Would you spend double the points for a Flex Award to fly in Q Suite from the US to Australia the long way through the Middle East in Q Suite, or would you rather take a more direct non-stop route and be forced to take, keyword forced, American Airlines in coach non-stop from the West Coast? It gets worse than yours, Miguel, but your seat is in the back by the lavatory and they don't have your first meal choice when it's time to eat.
Oh, they have dried Air France stuff?
Yeah.
What is the price, the Flexi Award price, to go the long way in Q Suites to Australia?
Good follow-up, Miguel. So normally it's $110,000 one way to go from the US all the way to Melbourne. I booked that a little bit ago. So it would be about $220,000 each person. Double.
Oh, that hurts. But so would going at American Airlines.
Both painful.
I'm inclined to say just go the the long way because I'd rather be more time in Q suites. But that's a lot of points to spend. And I don't know, I guess I'd have to just hustle harder, right, Nicole? And make more points.
It's a lot of hustling. You might have to do something strange for a little bit of change. I don't know.
I'm going to go with the double the points. I mean, because I'm assuming I have them if I have that choice. But yeah, I don't know. I'd rather go the long way.
Our friend Jackie just went to Australia from the West Coast on American Airlines. And she's back.
So she lived this.
She made it.
Wow.
She is a testimony to the fact that it's possible. She was with me yesterday running 15 miles. So I'm going to go direct and go American Airlines. I'm going to save those points for something else.
You know, for Nicole, I can see that. She did New Zealand, no big deal.
But it was Delta. This is American Airlines.
This is true.
But knowing ahead of time that you're flying American Airlines, you're going to be able to pack your lunch, pack some snacks, pack drinks, so you won't go hungry.
And this was Jackie's tip. She's like, pack something. We already know which way Mitch is going. So let's just go right to Serena.
Okay. Earlier with Nicole's question, I didn't want to spend the money on the extra points. But if you're talking about spending extra points, I will do that, no problem. I believe in treating yourself, just like Mitch likes to.
That's right.
So I'm going to go flexi, even if it's not sexy.
Serena, spend the points, not the money.
Exactly.
And do we even have to ask Mitch? Yeah. Do we even have to?
Yes, Nicole, we all know I'm going to go with the Flex Award, but I don't know if you all considered that there is a transfer bonus from American Express to British Airways right now. And for every point that you transfer, it transfers into 1.3. So instead of needing 220,000, I'm only going to need 170,000 American Express membership reward points to transfer over to book this award, which is only really a difference of 50,000 American Express membership reward points in the first place. So, Serena, I think I made it just a little bit better for you to treat yourself.
Yeah, just an extra 50. Just an extra business class flight to Paris, France, Europe. Chump change.
If you don't have that many points and you wanted to do something like this, you could always do the Avios booster. And we made a video about that before. Pretty much what this means is if you needed 220,000 points to book this long way to Australia, you could transfer 43,000 American Express points over to British Airways. And then you could do the 3 times the booster for the Avios booster. And pretty much you would be buying 129,000 points for about $1,550. So now you would have 172,000 points, but because there's a transfer bonus, you would actually have the full over 220. You'd have 223,000 or something like that. So out of pocket to book this, you would be 43,000 American Express points and about $1,500 plus the taxes on it. So it's not terrible. I mean, it's a little bit high, but if you don't have 220,000 points, you could also do this redemption for only 43,000 points. If you want to know more about how this works, we made a video on the Avios booster. And in this video, we were talking about a specific redemption, but the math still works out the same in order to calculate how many points you would need to transfer for a redemption when you use the Avios booster. And we'll put that right here.
In the hand.
Always in the hand.
That was a great first set of questions. Now we're going to move on to our second set of questions, and I will start. This is a first class question, okay? And it's a real life situation that I'm facing. I need to find a way home. So would you rather fly first class on Qatar from Doha to Hong Kong, and then on Cathay first class from Hong Kong to LAX? Or would you rather fly Lufthansa first class from Frankfurt back to the US or Mexico? I want you to disregard the points cost for these. That's not a consideration. The consideration here is just the product itself. Which one should I choose?
Which one should you choose or which one would we choose?
Oh, is it different?
Well, I think it is because...
Okay, because you might have done something already and you want to do something else. Okay. For me, I want to hear both though.
For me, it's easy because I've done Lufthansa first class 4 times. No big deal. But... So I would rather try Qatar first class and Cathay Pacific first class. So that's an easy one. Plus, the first class lounge in Doha is really amazing too. And you would get that flying first class out to Hong Kong. But then Lufthansa first class, like I said before, it has a special place in my heart. So I think I would want to recommend that as well.
So it's a tough one, huh?
For you, I don't know. I think I would also consider that Qatar first class is supposed to be going away. I don't know. Didn't they say they're not taking it away anymore now with the new CEO? Yeah, I guess it's less common to fly that. There's not as many routes. So that's something that I'd consider probably trying to fly that. Plus, you'd get 2 first class lounges, right? You'd get the first class lounge in Doha and in Hong Kong. I kind of lean towards that one because 2 products, 2 lounges. Yeah, I think I'd go with that one.
I second that motion. So Miguel, don't hate me for this, but I get the ground experience for Lufthansa first class, but it's not really sold on it.
Oh, she doesn't like the lack of privacy.
She didn't watch my video.
I did watch the video. I love it for you, but it just seems so open to me. That's just me. Please don't come for me. But I would go 2 products, 2 lounges. Plus, how are you going to get from where you are to Frankfurt? Did you figure that part out already?
Don't worry about that part.
Yeah, okay. That's okay.
She's like, I'll just do Singapore Suites. No big deal. They're flying the suites Singapore to Frankfurt, I think, right? So if you added that, I don't know, that would make it harder if you added that.
Don't give her any ideas, okay?
So Mitch, I want to hear your answer.
Oh, so this is a tough one for you, Serena, because I know how much you like and for those that are listening, I'm using my air fingers here, your collectibles when you go on your trip.
Do you love my collectibles?
Souvenirs?
I saw the blanket in Miguel's video and I thought, ooh, nice blanket.
So I know how much you like your collectibles. So a rubber ducky in your collection, that's going to be huge, right?
Yeah, it would be.
But I think for you, I know how much you like your lounges and your experiences as well. And Miguel had a great point there, being able to hit up 2 first class lounges at one time. So the Qatar one in Doha and the first class lounge in Hong Kong, which I've been to the Pier. Well, they got 2, but I like the Pier. That's the one I like in Hong Kong. I think that's what you should choose, is to do first on the A380, check it off on Qatar, and then first class, have a nice little caviar on Cathay on your way home. And that's what I would choose.
So let me clarify. That Qatar first class, it's on their Cathay leased plane that now belongs to them. So it's not the A380. So it doesn't have the bar. But I do like it because you can still share a meal with your companion in your seat.
I think there's a no-lose situation here, whichever way you go. I like that, being able to keep the same aircraft, even though it's Qatar, but it's really the Cathay first class seat. That's what I would go with.
And I keep thinking about how you say that Cathay first is your favorite first class.
Pre-COVID, that was my favorite first class because it was like Goldilocks. It's just not too over the top, not too underwhelming. It was just right.
But that has since been replaced.
Yeah. But your collectibles, Serena, I know you want a rubber ducky and I know you want one really bad.
I might have to wait for another opportunity. I have Milan to Doha to Hong Kong booked. My choice when we get down to the wire is to look for Lufthansa first class when I'm there and then cancel my Qatar flight or continue back home. But thank you. You guys helped a lot. I think I'll stick with my plan.
You have Milan to what to what?
Milan to Doha to Hong Kong.
So you have Qatar first already booked?
Yes, I do.
Well, another thought, keep it as a backup. To quote Serena, how lucky are we? Like you have Qatar first class booked as a backup flight for next year.
Right.
Yeah.
That part.
Time for an easier question. Some of these have been tough, but I'm going to ask you a really simple one. So you have to choose, don't worry about points or cash, just the type of trip. Would you rather do a round the world trip and you spend 2 to 3 nights per continent, except Antarctica? You can choose whatever city at each continent, but it's only 2 to 3 nights. Or would you rather just do a flat 2 weeks in Bora Bora?
I'll go first.
Surprise, surprise.
I've been to Bora Bora. I've experienced the food and the service. 2 weeks is too long. I will do around the world, 6 continents.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Same. I'm all about fast travel. My family's over it, but I love being able to see multiple cities in a short span of time. So sign me up for around the world.
I agree with both of you. That is way too long to stay in Bora Bora. It's like the buffet around the world. I want to take that trip. I want a little here. I want a little there. I want to sample it all. So yeah, I'm taking around the world and sampling along the way.
So I thought that was going to be harder.
What about you, Miguel? What are you picking?
Well, I thought I was going to pick a chilling vacation.
Maybe you don't have enough chill vacations. You need more of that in your life.
Yeah, I think so. I'm usually picking the fast-paced, moving everywhere, exploring, but I don't know. I feel like I need something where I just chill for a week or 2. But I don't know. 2 weeks might be too long, actually. But can I come home earlier? Like,
nope. Don't be like Mitch.
You're stuck in a paradise.
Is there Wi-Fi?
Yes, but it's very slow.
All right. So it sounds like Bora Bora is moving down the list for me.
I wanted to pick Bora Bora, but no, I'd go with around the world.
I think we influenced him.
Good job. My question is about our favorite place, Japan. Would you rather spend 2 nights in luxury at the Park Hyatt Kyoto or spend 2 nights at the Hyatt Place in Kyoto but have 7 more days in Japan?
This sounds like a real life dilemma for you, Nicole.
I'm sold on the... Wait, I'm answering this question too?
Later.
No, I need to hear from
At
you
the end.
later.
You can look
Yeah.
at the end. Sorry. Okay, I know my answer. I love Park Hyatt Kyoto. I really do. But I want more time in Japan. And I haven't been to the Hyatt Place yet. Hot dog water can't be that bad.
That's what I said.
I'd rather have the extra 7 days in Japan.
100%. So then the question is really 2 nights Park Hyatt Kyoto or 9 nights Hyatt Place?
Yeah, that's a good spin.
I'll take the 9. Yeah. I mean, I was there already and I'll probably do it again anyway. But yeah, I think more time in Japan, the better.
Mr. High on the Hog.
I don't disagree with you. However, 9 nights with hot
There's
dog
always
water.
an asterisk. There's always.
9 nights with hot dog water at a Hyatt Place, or I could have 2 fantastic days at the Park Hyatt Kyoto. That's what I'm going with. Park Hyatt Kyoto.
High in the hog for sure.
Of course.
High as you can go on the hog.
The highest of hogs.
He's in hog heaven at this point.
That's right. Park Hyatt Hog Heaven. Bring it to me.
Wow. And you loved it. Remember, he was about to give up and move to Japan? And now he's like, I'll take 2 nights. I'm good.
Well, 2 nights at the Park Hyatt maybe is all that's necessary.
I guess so. Okay.
How about you, Nicole? Is this a real life situation for you?
I have succumbed to the pressure of staying the 2 nights at the Park Hyatt Kyoto. But I just wanted to know, like, what does it mean? How much are we willing to give up? Real life, I'm going to stay at Park Hyatt. If this was a second situation, like my second time going to Japan, I would take the 9 nights at the Hyatt Place. I mean, it's Japan. It's okay to just even go to Japan, just hang out at the park and go to 7-Eleven.
I think we need to put a pause button on this follow-up question to see what you say after you've stayed there.
Yeah, we can reassess after you've experienced it. And if you don't understand the hot dog water reference, Miguel's child said after staying at the Hyatt Place in Kyoto that the bath products smelled like hot dog water. So we will forever now refer to Hyatt Place Kyoto as the hot dog water place.
Yeah.
Now you know. Now you're in on the joke.
Exactly.
All right. You are headed to Singapore and you want to fly Singapore Airlines in business class. Would you spend additional points for a confirmed one-way award that is available, meaning it's more points, so it's going to be probably 30 to 40,000 more points than what you would pay? Or would you rather book the cheaper Saver Award? However, it's only available on Waitlist, and you know that Waitlist might not clear, but there could be other days that open up with award availability. You don't know, so it's kind of a gamble. What do you do in this situation?
So we're going with 1 bird in the hand or 2 in the bush.
And that's pretty much it, Nicole.
I think you
Got
just
it.
answered. Yeah.
Wait, how long is this flight? Because we're talking like Singapore JFK.
Yeah, the longest flight.
Sign me up. This flight is actually on my list. I want to fly this flight in Singapore business class, and Miguel is hunting. Miguel, add this to your list. Miguel is hunting it down for me.
Well, if we were doing the JFK to Singapore, that one doesn't have economy. It's only business and premium economy. So if you waitlist and end up with premium economy, it can't be too bad. I mean, it's like 18 hours or so, but Singapore premium economy, I think it's probably better than a lot of U.S. carriers, business or first class anyway. So sorry, I jumped in, Nicole. This was your time to answer, but
You're good.
I was going to say I ain't waitlisting because I'm not taking that risk.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend the extra points or find something else. And I don't want to be hoping to get confirmed. But if we're talking about the New York route or the Newark route with the ultra long range aircraft, they don't have economy. So if I'm waitlisted and if it didn't go through, that means I'm in premium economy. I think I'd be okay with it.
I am definitely going with the extra points.
I agree. I will go advantage all the way to be confirmed. And I am not waitlisting.
We could just skip over Mitch because we already know what his answer is. And thanks for joining us. See you next week.
Well, it is funny, Nicole, because this is actually a real life situation situation for me because I have about 60,000 Singapore KrisFlyer points in my account, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. And we've got a couple of trips coming up, and I'm not sure what to do. And I'm finding that Advantage Award Space is more available than a lot of these other savers. So for me, there is actually an advantage, keyword advantage, in booking a one-way Advantage Award, because if we do decide to go on somewhere else, we get that free stopover in Singapore. So that is one of the benefits of being able to book a one-way Advantage Award through Singapore's KrisFlyer account. Now, the other thing is with Waitlist is if it doesn't clear 2 weeks before departure, then it's not going to clear at all and you're going to be stuck. So you're going to have to book multiple waitlists. So if you did want to go to the cheaper option, what you can do is you can book multiple waitlist awards once you transfer those points over to your KrisFlyer account. So if you find 5 waitlists that are available, you can book all 5 of those and put those on hold and then hope that one will clear. So that is an advantage of being able to book some wait lists, but is it going to clear or not? I don't know. Is it worth a gamble? So that's kind of where I am. Do I do the wait list, cheaper points, or do I do the Advantage Award and get a free stopover out of it?
This is a rhetorical question, right? Because we already know your answer.
Exactly. Either way, I'm booking something, so I just don't know how I'm going to do it.
So this is probably a question for our viewers. What would you do? Would you take the chance and put your name on the wait list for less points, or would you book the confirm Advantage flight? Let us know in the comments which one you would pick.
Now we have our third set of questions and our final set of questions. Speaking of Singapore, Mitch, I have a Singapore would you rather. So this is also a real life situation that I might be facing. I'm not sure, but maybe you guys can help me with this. So Singapore Suites, first class. From Singapore to Delhi. Mitch and Miguel, I know you've flown this before. It's a 6-hour flight. There's no Saver Award availability. Saver Award is about 59,000 miles, right, for this one-way flight. The Advantage Award fare costs 98,000 miles. If I can't find Saver and it's not popping up, should I book the 98,000 miles in Singapore Suites for this 6-hour flight? So would you rather book the Singapore first class route for 98,000 miles, or would you just put it to the side and wait for another time to catch it at Saver level for 59,000 miles?
No, just book it. It might devalue and it's gonna be 98 anyways. And apparently this Singapore Suites is what did Miguel say earlier? Is the bucket.
Yeah.
It depends. I think if you're already going to be in Singapore, yeah, book it because you're already there. Because I booked it for the Saver level at 58,500 or whatever. But I had to take a positioning flight to Singapore to take advantage of the Saver level. So I spent additional points to get to Singapore just to take the Saver level flight. But if you're already in the area, yeah, I don't see the harm in spending the additional 50,000 points to fly this because you're already there. I would book it.
Yeah, I agree with Miguel. I'm right there. Is it worth it? Yeah, absolutely. Can you drink enough Krug champagne for an additional, 50,000 points? I think you can. And you can get your own little set of Singapore bears as well. So it checks a couple of boxes for you, right?
I want those. Okay, thanks, guys. I'm going to shelve this and wait for Saver level.
I have a credit card question. Would you rather get the Hyatt business card or the Hilton Surpass card?
Are we helping you with your decisions at home too, Nicole?
Well, I already have the Surpass card thanks to Serena and the episode we did on Hyatt versus Hilton. So I'm kind of just asking people their opinion. I don't think I'm going to get the Hyatt business card, but with you three, you never know. Always influencing me to do something I wouldn't do. Yeah, I feel this question because these are two, I would consider them mid-tier cards, is a little bit more difficult than if I had said pick the Hilton Business or the Aspire, right? Like I want to make you think a little bit more outside the box. And I think you really have to have a strategy for these cards.
I'll start with the Hyatt business card. I have it, but I only got it because when I got it, there was a promotion that if you got that card, you would get double elite nights. And that's how I worked my way to Globalist that year. Other than that, I think the only reason to really get Hyatt business card is if you want to earn elite night credits for your elite status through credit card spend, because that will give you slightly better return on how much you spend and how many elite nights you earn. And that's really the only benefit I see. You don't get a free night certificate or anything like that. The Surpass card does give you a free night certificate after spending, I believe, $15,000. So there's that benefit. I would go with that one. The Hyatt Business Card, only if you're trying to earn elite status through a lot of spending.
I'm with Miguel on that one because if nothing happens between when we record this and when this airs, there is not anything exciting about the sign-up bonuses on that World of Hyatt Business Card. So just for that reason alone, I would choose the Hilton card over the World of Hyatt card, simply for that fact.
So I have had both, Nicole.
Of course.
I wouldn't keep both. So they're not keeper cards for me, but my strategy is to get each when the bonuses are elevated and then close them when you can after a year is up if you don't get a retention offer. Right now, the Hyatt Business Card actually has an elevated bonus. So if you intended to get this card and it will not affect your 524 number, I'd say now's the time to get that card if you need more Hyatt points. But if not, then I would go for the Hilton Surpass. The Hilton Surpass will affect 524 if you are concerned about that. And if you are unfamiliar with 524 and some of the other lingo that we're talking about on the show, please check out our beginner's guide. That is in episode 57, where we go back to basics and talk a lot about what 524 means and what it means for your credit card strategy. So Nicole, what would you do?
You would think that because I asked this question, I had an answer to the question. I'm going to go with Serena. The 524 is a big deal. And if you have a plan to redeem these Hilton points, I would apply for the card when they're offering the free night certificate. Honestly, like if you're asking me today, like if I had to pick, I'd pick neither.
Dang.
I'd be like, can I get a Chase Ink instead? Let me play the game like Mitch. I pick neither. I pick Chase Ink. I guess if I had to choose, I think I just did Hilton, but because of 524, but I'm choosing the Hyatt Business Card.
Okay, we're almost done, so let me go ahead and ask my question now. So be interesting to see what you think about this. So are the four big banks, Citi, Chase, American Express, and Capital One, you're only able to earn credit card points at two of them. Which two are you going to choose? Are you going to choose Chase and Citi, or are you going to choose American Express and Capital One? So that's your choices.
And you group them for us?
It can't be easy.
You made it a little bit harder.
I don't even know what the options are. Just put with Chase. Just leave me at Chase.
That's an easy one for me. I'm going to go with the Chase and Citi. Chase because it has Air Canada, British Airways. That kind of covers me a lot there. And Citi has Choice hotels, and I like Choice hotels. And Citi transfers over to Choice at a 1-to-2 ratio. So I'd have double the Choice points. Yeah, I think I'd go with those two.
This is a tough one, Mitch. But I think I'm going to go American Express and Capital One. And I say that because American Express has been very good to me. I've been good to them. Aside from the pop-up thing, you know, the pop-up jail thing. But I think I will stick with them because I've been using a lot of Amex points recently. If I need Hyatt points, I will just open a build card if I can't get
No,
Chase.
that's not in the rules.
He didn't say
For
it's
real.
not.
Yeah.
These two boxes over here always living high on the hog. What are you going to pick, Mitch?
Oh, tough choice. And I grouped these specifically for certain reasons. I don't know what's more important to me. It's a very tough decision, but I think I'm going to go with American Express just for now because I like being able to earn 4 points for every dollar because we spend the grocery and the dining. I feel like I get more opportunities for retention calls and retention bonuses and different ways to make up some additional points with American Express than I do with Chase. I'm going with the American Express and Capital One combo. That's my choice. Final question, Miguel.
This is an open-ended question, kind of like Would You Rather, but if you had to spend 30 days in a continent, which one would you pick? You have a budget of $100 per day. That's it. Which one would you pick?
Yeah, I thought this would have been an easy question. I'm like, oh, let me go with the money. But then I think about the culture and the experience. And culturally, I would like to say Africa. Money-wise, I'm like South America and Asia. I don't know. I hope my Black people don't come for me for this, but I think I'm going to go Asia. Maybe it's because I haven't ventured there a lot and I really want to see it. So like today, that's my answer. Maybe after I visit, I'll be like, oh, been there, done that. I would try something else.
I actually want to do this in real life. Give me $100 a day and I will spend it in Asia for 30 days. I would love to do that. You know, Mitch keeps talking about how far your dollar goes in Asia. That's my choice. And I just love Asian food. Can't live without it for a month. Mitch, I think I know your answer.
Let me kind of walk you through my thought process. So as I go through this exercise with Miguel, I first think to myself, you know, the introvert in me, I wouldn't mind living in Antarctica for 30 days by myself. But then I get back to the $100 budget and I think, yeah, I probably can't buy food for 100 days days in Antarctica. So it kind of rules that out. Here's the thing though. A couple of years ago, we actually did this. We took a month of our life, 30 days, and we went and lived in Southeast Asia. Probably one of the best things I've ever done. We loved every minute of it. If I could ever do that again for 30 days, I would go live in Southeast Asia, to be very specific. And I'm going to be very happy because, you know, there's a lot of things there that make me happy and I don't know why, but
It's the elephants.
yeah, it's the elephants, it's the people, it's the culture. I'm just going to go live there for that reason. Miguel, $100, 30 days. Where are you going?
I really want to say Africa because there's just so much to see there. There's 54 countries. You know, people often refer to Africa as one place, but it's so diverse and there's so much to see. But I think it is very expensive to travel around Africa, and $100 is not going to cut it. And I think I'm going to go with Asia as well because it is a lot cheaper to move around and live and eat and do everything within Asia. And so I think I'm going to do that one as well. I still want to go to every country in the world one day. So I'm going to have to stick with Asia as well.
So there's some things that we agree on. We all want the
Sometimes.
Capital One Venture X, and we all want to go to Asia.
So let's do it, guys. Clear the calendar.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
30 days,
Oh.
4 of us
$100 total?
each.
Pencil me in for July 2025. Serena, I don't know how you're going to deal with the heat and humidity,
Ooh, that'll be tough.
but you can use $100 to buy all the smoothies you want.
oh,
Keep you
thank
cool.
you.
Okay, we want to hear from you. Which continent would you live on for 30 days with just $100? And we're going to keep Antarctica in there, so that can be a definite choice for you. So leave us a comment down below and let us know which of the continents you would live on for 30 days and only $100. Believe it or not, guys, this does it for our exciting new game show called Would You Rather. You want to look for this in your fall lineup with your favorite new TV shows. It's going to be a hit. I'm telling you. We made a whole episode of a game show. I love it. But I think we can bring this game show to real life and bring it in person. And maybe we should try to do this at our meetup coming up in December.
We will be meeting up on the Best Coast. We hope to see you there. Check out the link in the description and RSVP.
December 7th, put it on your calendar. We're all going to see you there. All right, that's going to do it for now on this very special game show edition of Let's Get to the Points. I want to thank all of our hosts. It's Serena.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Miguel.
Later.
And we're going to see you next week, Nicole.
See you guys next week.
And I'm Mitch Shannon. Make sure you join our email newsletter for the latest and everything going on in the Points and Miles world. And we're going to see you here next Friday. Thank you for watching and listening.
Let's get to the points.com.